Today's video is brought to you by Reese's Sugar Cookies. Reese's Sugar Cookies. Have your cookies at Reese's Cups too. Keep this out for a limited time only for the holiday season. And now, let the video begin. Hey everybody, it's me, your old pal Barney the Dinosaur. And I am here with the one, the only, Mr. Grinch. Hello there. I like your sweater and hat, by the way, Barney. Well, thank you. The green and white snowflakes and the hat match very well. Yes, they do. I love my tummy and my spots here. Yeah, I can see that. So tonight, me and the Grinch are going to be reading Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This originally came out in 1957. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one knows quite the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, gritchy frown at the warm lighted windows below their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he startled with a sneer. Tomorrow's Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his grinchy fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who girls and boys will wake up bright and early. They rush for their toys. And then, oh, the noise. Oh, the noise, the noise, the noise, noise, noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise, 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 noise. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast. And they feast, and they feast, and they feast, and they feast, feast, feast. They feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which is something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ring. They stand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They'd sing, and they sing, and they sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of the Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch had a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat. And he made a quick Santa Claus hat and coat. And he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said. If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, and he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. Then he loaded some bags in an old empty sack on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up to old Max. Then the Grinch said, Giddy up! And the sleigh started down towards the homes where the Who's lay stews in their towns. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, this is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got only stuck once for a moment or two. Then he stuck in his hand out of the fireplace where the little Who stockings all hunted around. These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present: pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beef. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney weakly. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove. When he heard the small sound like the coo of a dove, he turned around fast. And he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink and sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was a log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On the walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who houses. It was 1:15. All the Who's still in bed. All the Who's still snooze. When he packed up the sled, packed up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, the tinsel, the trimmings, and the trappings. 3,000 feet up out the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with loads to the tip-top to Mount Tubbin. Pooh-pooh to the Who's, he gritchily humming. They'll find out that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open for a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, and it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry very. He stared at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. He shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it just came. And the Grinch, with his Grinchy feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or tags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzle was sore. And then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little more. And then what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so right, he whizzed with load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. The end. And here are some more Grinch books you can keep your eyes out for. Check them out. So if you have any more information of this classical Dr. Seuss book, or these Reese's sugar cookie flavors, just leave us a comment on the video and respond to all your comments as soon as possible. We'll surely end the song with a little brief thing of "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch." Yeah, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus and as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. And now we'll see the I love you song. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family. With a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Have a good night, and we love y'all. Keep subscribed to our channel for more videos coming up on the way. Yeah, and stay grinchy this year. Oh, and by the way, happy almost Thanksgiving. It's on the way. That's right, this upcoming Thursday is Thanksgiving. So, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Stay grinchy.